Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Show Me the Money Friday Zoom calls. We meet every Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central. And for about 30 minutes, I show you how to make money in this Plexus thing. Somebody invited you to this Zoom webinar because they believe in you. They see something in you, whether it's like leadership skills, maybe that you are involved in your community, you want to make an extra income from home. Maybe you're a stay-at-home mom looking for a job that allows you not to miss out on little ones and precious memories. We relatable. So today I'm going to introduce a special guest. This is my friend Jessica. She's been doing this business with me for quite some time. She has an incredible story. It's not mine to tell. I want her to share every little bit and piece to it because it's very special to me. And I think that you're going to relate to something. Before Jessica begins, I want to just kind of wrap up like how this Zoom is going to work. So just before we get started, Plexus makes 0 income guarantees. On average, Plexus ambassadors are bringing in an extra $544 annually to their bank accounts, okay? So the story and the income claims and the things that you hear in this Zoom are real life factual events, but that's not ideal for everyone. It's our personal, unique stories for Jessica and I. But while we're speaking about this, I want you to think like, why not me? Why can't I do this? Of course I could. Of course I could. I know people. I'm on the internet. I know how to use Zoom. I could definitely share about vitamins on Facebook, right? And when you start to understand and believe in yourself, we're going to pivot and go into earning $300. You can earn $300 in your first 30 days if you decide to do this Plexus thing right now. And we're going to walk you through how to begin. It's $10 for a Plexus business, you guys. $10. You can't even go to Chili's for $10, right? So before we dive in, it is my pleasure to introduce my friend Jessica. Jessica, take it away.
Thank you, Emily. So again, my name is Jessica Ruckold. I am an Emerald with Plexus, and I started in 2016. But before I started, I was really struggling. My husband and I had relocated to Hawaii for a brief kind of like opportunity to work there. He's an iron worker. But while we lived there, he was gone, like all the time. And I was a brand new mom in a tiny studio apartment with not even a real kitchen in it. And I was lonely. And so I started to drink a lot. I had a little ABC store right across from me. So Veronica and I would go. I'd get my vodka and I'd go back home. And we would just spend the day either on the beach with me drinking or in our little tiny house. She was over a year old, but not quite two. And she was just my little best friend that I was neglecting. And I became an alcoholic very quickly. I got us into some trouble in Hawaii and we ended up having to move back immediately to Washington. And I was having a really hard time stopping the drinking. It was taking over my life. I was making bad decisions. I was affecting my relationship and my parenting. And so I received a phone call one day and they mentioned Plexus. And I was like, oh gosh, this is so scammy. But the way that they reached out to me was so authentic, and they said that it would really help me with my drinking. And I was really overweight. I was over 200 pounds, and for my height, I'm 5'10". It was just putting so much pain on my joints. My back was in pain all the time. I couldn't even stand for more than 5 minutes at a time. And if you know anything about alcohol, it contributes a lot to inflammation in your body. I had no idea. I was not a health person. I was an alcoholic person. I loved to party. I loved to smoke cigarettes. I loved to be out until 4 a.m. because that's what time the bars close in Hawaii. Like, it's crazy. Okay. So I really like took on this whole like party lifestyle. But that wasn't just new, that was always Jessica. And so when I first started Plexus in 2016, I was like full-blown addict on Plexus. I was like, where's my pink drink? I need it right now. Because one, I was quitting drinking. So I was actually literally replacing a bottle with a bottle of water and a pink powder, right? And it was like my tool that I was using. I needed it to do this. And so I would take my pink drink and my capsule, and for 30 days I was doing 2 pink drinks a day. And I was like, okay, why am I out of pink drink? Like, I was like, where did it go? I didn't realize that, when you double up, it goes faster. duh. But I was addicted. I was like, okay, I can't afford this, but I'm going to find a way to afford it because this is the real deal. I'm feeling amazing. And the scale was dropping. Within 6 months, I had already lost 50 pounds. And I was like, this is impossible. I've literally never been able to lose weight. I've always been up and down. And being a tall girl, that's really hard because you hide it so well. People don't even notice. And then you're like, no, I'm actually over 200 pounds and it bothers me. So I want to do something about it. So I lost 50 pounds. I stopped drinking. And I really just became like a full blown health nut. I wanted to pay for my honeymoon with my husband. He had proposed to me. I don't know if it had to do with the weight loss, but it was shortly after that 50-pound weight loss. So he proposed. We ended up getting married, and I paid for 2 whole weeks in Cabo for us to go on our honeymoon. That included all of our activities, everything that we did down there, like everything. The food, like we didn't have an all-inclusive or anything, but it was like I was swiping that Plexus card. And there was an actual pivotal moment on that trip because I swiped that Plexus card so much that we were like out of money by that 14-day period. And we are getting ready to hop on our flight. And Sean's card declined, my card declined. And then I pulled out that little Plexus card. And I was like, this is the only way we're getting our luggage back to the United States, right? I had bought gifts. We had 14 days worth of clothes in there and we had no money. And I swiped the Plexus card and it went through. And I was like, okie dokie. I literally have not worked my business for 2 whole weeks because I had no internet. I was in Mexico. And this was back in, 2017. There was no internet like there is now. And I had money on that card. I was like shocked. And that was like huge for me. I was like, this is actual legit thing that is working while I'm not necessarily even working it. I had put in work, but to have that happen in such a like vulnerable position, I was just like, this is life changing. So I really hit the pavement. I got pregnant immediately after I got married, which was planned and so exciting. And so I had gained some weight with my pregnancy, but I was really adamant about staying home with my baby. I had my oldest was getting ready to go into kindergarten as I was having a new baby. So it was like perfect for us in that transition. But I was also like, what am I going to do while I'm sitting at home? So in that time frame, I added 50 people to my team. I earned a cruise to the Bahamas. And I was like, making a name for myself in my small town. I live in Gig Harbor. You've probably never heard of it. It's like the tiniest little town on the map in Washington. And nobody knew what Plexus was in our state. And so as I started sharing, my sister-in-law, Tara, joined my team. And we were very similar in the aspect of like, let's run, let's share, let's do this, let's make this a business. Let's actually earn the trips together and take our husbands that don't travel, that don't buy themselves anything, that don't do any extra like anything. Okay. Like they were like, I'm never taking a day off work kind of guys. Okay. And now my husband's like, he's in the pictures for once and he's traveling and he does all the things. He loves the Plexus trips. But yeah, by 2020, I was exploding and it was just full blown momentum with the pandemic, with Plexus being so extremely generous to just help us with our businesses. I think there was a very, very small doubt in my mind. I messaged Emily and I said, is this shutdown going to affect us? And she was like, no, Plexus has our backs. And I was like, done. I trust it. Let's go. So instead of having fear take over, I did the opposite and I just went with be the light, be someone who can provide answers, be someone that can provide solutions in a scary time. And that's still somewhere that we're at, 3 years later. I'm working to have my husband home. I think 2020 was an eye opener in the sense of, we get to have our hubbies home, not by choice, but it either worked or it didn't for a lot of people. And for us, it really worked. I wanted to be with my husband more. And that had always been like a goal of mine is to retire my husband. But it keeps unfolding. It keeps unfolding into I want more time. I want more memories. I want more experiences. I want more reasons to do something and less excuses as to why we can't. And that's where we're at. And I'm a lifer. Emily knows this. She calls me all the time. Like, I'm not going anywhere because it's smart, it's simple, it's hard, but it is so worth it. And the amount of lives that have changed in 7 years now, it's actually my Plexiversary this month, 7 years. It's just incredible. And to see the impact that it has on my community, nationwide, worldwide, it's just incredible. So I'm just so grateful. And I hope that this helps and inspires someone else to just say, I can do this, because there are people out there that also said that they couldn't do it, that are doing the hard things.
100%. Thank you for sharing this story. There's so many moving parts. So I hope you were taking notes. I hope you're paying attention, because Jessica talks about being a completely different person 7 years ago. Like, did y'all hear that? 7 years ago, she was going across the way to a gas station to get liquor for just cause. And now she has traded that in for health supplements, gut health supplements, the infamous pink drink that's viral on TikTok and Instagram and all the things that is helping people with their gut so that she can bring her husband home from work, have more freedoms, make some residual income. Is that not why you're watching this Zoom? Is she not evidence as to what is available for you and your family? Jessica, thank you so much for sharing. So while you're sitting there thinking about her story and thinking about this, ask yourself, like, why would I be great at this? Am I on social media? Yeah. Why wouldn't I not talk about something that's helping thousands of people? And I know what you're thinking. Well, what if I'm not a salesperson? Well, here's the thing. If you're a parent like Jessica, like myself, you probably are a salesperson. You sell your kids on bedtime every night, right? Okay, maybe you don't have kids, but you're in a relationship. You sell your significant other on where you want to go for dinner, or that dream vacay, or wherever y'all want to get married, or the type of wedding you want to have, like whatever it looks like, right? Some of you are Yeti people and some of you are Stanley people. So you sell your audience on which one's better. We're all referring people our opinions 24/7. So before you think, well, I'm not a salesperson, the good news is you can learn a skill set, you can fix your mindset, because that's the two things that you 100% need in this Plexus business, is a mindset that says, I believe in myself. It's going to be hard, but it's going to be worth it, like Jessica just told y'all. And the second thing is, I am going to develop the skills necessary to do this and do this well. And a majority of the skills you probably already have basic knowledge of. And then there's some things that you can learn. I know I've learned a lot. I know Jessica's learned a lot. I've been here for 9 years. Jessica's been here for 7 years. Like, there are things I had no idea even existed years ago. And so when I think about the things that I've like the personal growth, the belief in myself, like, I'm training for a marathon this fall. I was never, ever, ever into running. I've always been like an athletic person. Like, I love sports and I like to play sports with my kids, but I always told myself I'm not a runner. So of course, when you tell yourself I'm not a runner, you do not run. So when you are in the gym trying to exercise and running, your brain is remembering, well, you're not a runner. Why are you running? You're not a runner. So if you're constantly telling yourself, I'm too busy, I'm not a salesperson, I'm not good at this, of course your brain is going to believe that. And of course, you're going to get a little uncomfortable. And so this is new, but what else are you feeling inside? Do you not dream at night? Do you pray for extra income? Do you pray for God to provide a way for your family? Are you dreaming to bring your husband home from a deployment, or to have him not work as hard? Well, these are all real life examples below. That's my son on the far left. He wanted to play baseball, never played baseball a day in his life, but his brother did it, so he wanted to do it. What did we do? We spent the money. It was so expensive to do a season of baseball, but he learned. He had fun. It got to experience that. My whole life growing up, we talked about finances like it was the worst thing ever. And we didn't have enough money for that. I grew up on food stamps and WIC, raised by a single mom. And so having extras was very important to me as an adult, to provide for my children and not to spoil them, but so that I didn't always have to have that money conversation with them at such a young age that I had to have with my parents. So what would an extra $200 a month mean for your family? I kind of want to edit my PowerPoint and change it to $300 a month, because you can earn $300 in your first month when you help 3 people order their products. It's called the power of social sharing. Anybody get on Instagram, you see an advertisement or a cute girl wearing some cowboy boots and you're like, I want those cowboy boots. Or maybe you see a Home Depot commercial and you're like, oh my gosh, I love that paint color. We should paint our kitchen this paint color. That is the power of social sharing. It is marketing. It's advertisement. You may not think you're a salesperson or great at marketing or advertising, but are you not a consumer? You know how to consume. You know how to swipe the card, right? Or purchase it. Your people that you're talking to, your audience, your family, your friends, they do the same. So when you sign up with Plexus, you get an affiliate link, right? That's what they call, the influencers call it, but it's a referral link. So you're referring them to Gut Health Supplements. When they use your link, 3 different customers in the next 30 days, you can rank up to Plexus's first rank advancement called Silver. And that's a $300 in bonuses that will be paid out to you. That's the first rank. And you're going to see the ranks on a rank chart here in just a second. But I want you to see how simple it is, because statistics show that most people, when they are polled or surveyed about network marketing, they actually don't hate us. Like, a lot of people think like we're so stereotypical and weirdos and salesy. This ain't your grandma's network marketing company, for one. And for two, the thing is, when you are referring your referral link, when you're making money, like, we're legitimate and other people see that and they want that money too. They just don't know how. So survey says, if you could show me how to make $300 to $500 in my first year, not even 30 days, in their first year, they would be more open to doing it. So my Plexus friends that are on here today, here's the thing. You need to start talking about this business opportunity more. You need to talk about the money made. Did it pay for your gas? Did it pay for your groceries? We need to encourage our friends that are watching this to take that next step and do the work. Because it is. I treat this like my old 9-to-5 job, but I'm not clocking in and clocking out. I work when I sit down, I set my timer, I do my work for the day, and then I clock out, so to speak. I'm not going to sit in traffic. I'm not going to have a boss down my throat. I don't have to ask for time off. I work for myself at home talking about my health journey. All right, here we go. So on average, Plexus estimated average annual income disclosure right here. So you go Silver. That's an extra $1,800 annually, all the way to Diamond. Jessica just shared her story. She ranked up to Emerald in 2020. Y'all know my story. I'm a Diamond ambassador. My husband's an Emerald, and I'm doing this thing all over again because Plexus allows that in their comp plan for you to sign up and do it again once you get to the top. You guys, our comp plan is the best in the industry, with room to grow as much as you are willing to work for it. There is no limit to your potential earnings. Which rank on the right would make a difference for your family? For me, the first time I ever saw a chart like this, when I logged into the Plexus website, I kind of hovered right here around that gold mark, because I was thinking to myself, if we could just put away a couple of $1,000s a year, we would have a savings account. We could buy a new car. Like, I was dreaming small. I wasn't dreaming ahead of maybe we would have additional children. Maybe Scott wouldn't be in the military forever. I think, and Jessica may have been the same. She came into this and she was like that person that reached out to her and was like, this is going to help with your health. And then she realized she was available. Like, she could earn prizes. She could earn cash. She could earn trips, for crying out loud. And then while she was on that trip, her team was still working and she made residual income. That's what this is all about. Filling in those gaps so that you're making money while you sleep. I swear, every time I get on Instagram, there's some sort of advertisement from some guy trying to get you to make money while you sleep, right? Well, I'm some girl that you're watching today on a recording with my friend Jessica, telling you that that is available to you. That is available to you. So look at that rank or dollar amount and decide, am I willing to do the work? Because it is so fun. Sometimes it doesn't really feel like work. Sometimes it does, but the majority of the time it is so liberating, because I've been in corporate America. So as we wrap up, this is my friend Trisha. Trisha is also a Diamond ambassador who also is starting over again. She went from, if you look back at these ranks, she went from Silver to Senior Ruby in 67 days. For the last 2 months, her and I have been working together on putting out content on social media. Like, we make silly reels about our family and what we believe in. So gut health for me, that's what I lead with, and motherhood. She is somebody that teaches you how to live simply and minimally. And I love that she uses her platform to show moms, like, this is how I do all the things, the supplements that give me the energy, and it just kind of all fits together. So think about your life. Think about what you do and how you're able to have the energy to go work out after an 8-hour work day. Or maybe you have little kids and how you're running circles around them, right? Jessica was like, I was drinking 2 pink drinks a day. It was so delicious and I felt so good. Like, how can you incorporate that on social media, right? That's what Trisha did. And She just created a third stream of income for her family, that residual income. Of course, the vacations and prizes, we got to hear about Jessica's honeymoon and then the cruise that she earned. Those are things that are available that Plexus so generously offers us to work towards. You can build a legacy. Imagine the next 4 people that you share with, you work with them diligently. You work on your mindset and your skill set, right? For the rest of this year, the last quarter of this year, and you help each of them hit one of those ranks on that rank disclosure chart, right? You change their life. And in return, it also changes yours. And you choose your income cap. You know, I worked in corporate America for 7 years and I was offered a 2-cent raise at my 3-year mark. And then right before I was about to have my baby and go on maternity leave, they offered me a 17-cent raise, which they looked at me like that was like the best thing I would ever receive in my entire life. And I just was shocked. I work so hard. I sit in 2 hours worth of traffic. I'm here from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and a 17-cent raise. I'll never forget that part of my corporate America career. And I have a degree. Like, I did all the things. I went to school and then here I am doing this network marketing thing. I treat it like a 9-to-5 job. I take it very seriously. I take pride in it. We want to encourage you and train you to have fun with this. But I've never had to be like ashamed of the income aspect of it. You can create whatever raise you want with the work that you're willing to put in. I've had months where my paycheck's gone up thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars, and tens of dollars. So it's up to you to create that income cap for your life. And that's what I love the most about this. So how do you begin? You're going to pick your products, get with the person who invited you to this Zoom. You're going to pick out some products: gut health, weight loss, general nutrition, supplements. We even have a great microbiome skincare line. So you're going to pick your products. They range from $100 to $200. You're going to sign up as a VIP customer. It's $10 to be a VIP customer. And this month, if you use code GIVE10, GIVE10, you can get that deducted. It's $10 off when you use that code. So make sure you apply that. And then after you order, get excited, tell a friend, and make a plan. What is it going to look like for me to reach out to some people about what this new adventure I'm beginning? You know, how many points do I need to have a week to hit my goal? What products do I need and how am I going to take them? Am I going to do like a walking challenge? Do I need to get my gym membership reactivated? Am I just going to go walk outside on my road and invite a neighbor to do this with me? But think about the plan before you, because your health and your showing up is going to dramatically affect others who are watching. And sometimes you don't know they're watching. Sometimes it takes your consistency and your passion to get them to be like, okay, I see her. I see him. Maybe it's time for me to make a difference. That is me in the bottom left-hand corner with my husband when he was in the Marine Corps. This was a year before he was able to get out of the military. When I reached that diamond level in our company, we had a very serious conversation because we had never had options before. The option was he stayed in for 20 years. That meant 4 more deployments, possibility of losing him overseas. And in my heart, that crushed me. For the first time in my life, because of our Plexus income, because of this opportunity and my willingness to show up and do the work, we had options. And he was able to retire early, is what people say, 10 years earlier than expected. And now he has his own company. And so I think about that and I'm like, I can't wrap my brain around it sometimes. And I share that with you guys because I get it. It seems impossible. It's going to feel that way at least your first couple of months, because your brain just wants to protect you, right? It's just an organ doing its job, but you can say, brain, hush, I'm changing my life. I'm making some new choices today. So may you have the courage this week to begin breaking patterns in your life that no longer serve you. Give yourself permission to pause and reflect today. And remember that taking care of yourself doesn't mean me first. It means me too. Take a little screenshot of this refer and earn graphic, because this is what is available to you when you have the courage to show up and talk about this Plexus journey and these Plexus products and the way that so many are making income from home right now. Oh my gosh. It would be stupid for you not to do this. We are so glad you're here. Go message the person that invited you.